Hello and welcome to Iridium Rock and Metal Review. So, today I'm going to do the best songs of 1995. But before I do that, I just want to just talk about a couple of things. So, I've actually made it, and I know it's not a lot, but I've made it to 210 subscribers. So, that for me is pretty amazing, you know. Considering, like I said, I started out back in probably the end of March, April, whatever it was, when COVID hit, and I've just for something to do, for boredom, and thought, you know, and I really started enjoying doing the channel, talking about music with you guys, and you giving me suggestions, and you know, I've been loving it. And to hit 210 means it means shitloads to me, you know. And I know like people have just probably just joined this channel thinking 210, what a prick. What the fuck, there's people with thousands. I know that, but you know, when I got 50 I was amazed, I got 100 I was amazed. To get 200, it's just mental. It's just mental. It's not, it wasn't never meant to go like that, but it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. So I know I look like a twat now, but it's the truth. But in the meantime, since I've been doing this, there's some really great things that have happened. Of course, there's subscribers that have been there from the beginning. That is brilliant, and they still always put in comments, and you know, they're even friends with me on Facebook and stuff like that, and that's cool. Do you know what I mean? Because you get to talk about music and stuff. I love it. But also, apart from that and those subscribers, I've had Vicky White, who's the singer from Bloody Hills. They've got an album out just on Frontiers. I did an album review of theirs, and he said cheers on Facebook to me, which was brilliant. Rob DeLuca from Spread Eagle and UFO. He put a comment under the Spread Eagle reaction I did. That was brilliant. And said if UFO are ever, like, you know, touring England, because obviously Spread Eagle don't, I suppose. He said, you know, he hooked me up with a ticket or something to come and see him. So that was cool. Magnus Henriksson of Eclipse, one of my favourite bands. I did an Eclipse song review the other day. He put a little message down the bottom of it on Facebook saying thanks and all that. But that meant a lot. Alter Bridge shared top songs that I did. I did a tops Alter Bridge songs with my mate Kev. And that got on the Alter Bridge Facebook page, their official one. That was posted by them, so that's great. And the best one, I suppose, you know, that got me the most subscribers, I've mentioned before, Michael Sweet of Striper. He shared Blood from Above reaction to his Facebook page, and literally overnight my subscribers doubled. So, you know, I know this ain't amazing probably for a lot of people, but for me it is. You know, it's absolutely superb. And I'm shocked sometimes of, you know, these guys, these talented people in these bands, liking the videos and sharing them. It means a lot. So, as far as 1995 go, let's go back on track with the video. Poor. For me, individually, a poor year. I really struggled to find some songs here. Obviously I could have chose a load of songs off a couple of albums because there was a few good albums out. But I did, you know, I'm sticking to one because I think that's fair. I don't want to, you know, otherwise it'll be an album review. So, 1995, I've only got 6, and that's not a lot considering its best songs. So, let's start off with number 6. 6 to 1, obviously. All my favourite songs of that year. Number 6 is Iced Earth, Last December from Burnt Offering. So, this is the first Iced Earth album I think I took notice of. You know, they started to change their sound. This is very dark, this one, very freshy. Last December, you know, I do like their epic-y type songs more, you know, than their thrashy songs, and this is sort of that away, but it was quite heavy, this album. It was quite dark and heavy all the way through. But yeah, like Last December, it's a great track, my favourite one, even though they've I think it's Dante's Inferno is on this, and I know that's looked at as a classic, and it's very good, but you know, I do like Last December. That's my number 6. My number 5, Mad Season, River of Deceit from Above album. So, obviously, Mad Season is Lane Staley, a couple of guys from Pearl Jam, you know, did an album way back obviously in 95, you know, and it was really cool. And what I liked about this album is the vocals from Lane Staley, and I know it was I think his vocals for me were a little bit up and down at the time, but they were really strong on this, you know, and he's such a brilliant vocalist, you know, and I think he really stretches himself on this one, and really so powerful. River of the Sea is a real lovely little slow song, where you really get to hear his vocal ability and rawness, you know. It's absolutely brilliant. I think I loved the Mad Season album more back in the day than I do now. I don't listen to it an awful lot, but you know, when you hear Lane Staley, for me, is the outstanding thing on this album. What a singer. That was my number 5. My number 4, Deftones, Bored from Adrenaline. So I remember when I saw this video, this is the first time I was introduced to Deftones. I think it was on Headbangers Ball, and I fell in love with the band. I just thought they were absolutely superb. This album was a bit different than what was to come from Deftones. I think they refined their sound, and you know, they'd done a lot more different stuff. This was a bit more straightforward, this Adrenaline album, than the stuff they come do later. They mixed it up a lot more on their later albums, and they were one of my favourite bands later on. But I think this is sort of, I suppose it holds a little place in my heart, Bored, because it's the first song I ever heard. It's the first one on the album, you know, and I think it's great. I think it's a great song. Watch the video. If you haven't seen the video, we haven't seen it in a while, because I watched it again last night actually when I was doing my research for this, and absolutely brilliant, powerful song, really heavy. Right, my number 3, Alice in Chains, Goddamn. So this is off the Tripod album, obviously. I really love this song. I love the way the chorus rides over them little harmonics from Jerry Cantrell. He's done them little harmonics over that chorus. It's just brilliant. I don't know, I can't explain it. I love that sound, and obviously it goes from that chugging sort of verses into that chorus, and it sounds like a sort of a different song, but the way that glides, that chorus, I think that's why I included it. And I was going to go for Grind, but I think Goddamn just about nicks it. That's my number 3. My number 2. So this might be a surprise for a lot of people, because not a surprise for what people will like, but for me. So I've got a bit of with Ozzy, I've got, like, you know, not mixed feelings, but I don't like an awful lot of Ozzy's stuff. You're probably getting fucking mental right now. I understand and appreciate what he's done, especially for metal, you know, with Black Sabbath and everything. But I'm, you know, with the Ozzy albums, the solo stuff, I don't know. I preferred the Jake E. Lee period, and I know that's probably other people are going mad again about that. But it's just the era I prefer. But I thought the Osmosis album was one of his best, and I've chose I Just Want You off of the Ozzy, off that album. It's the second track in, and I think Ozzy's vocals on this album, I don't know, if you listen to it again, you know, you might even forget, go back to it if you haven't heard it for a while. It's some of the strongest he's ever done. Yeah, and his voice actually got better, even though I like those Jake E. Lee albums. Like I said, I think Ozzy's voice wasn't the best, but it's actually stronger, which is like near enough 10 years later or something. It's actually stronger on this album. Really good vocals by Ozzy, and, you know, surprising stuff, and songwriting I think was superb on this. And Ozzy, I Just Want You was my choice. I nearly went for Perry Mason, or See You on the Other Side. All these singles were really fucking strong on this album, but I've gone with I Just Want You. It's got a different feel, especially for Ozzy. It's, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's the influence of Zakk Wylde in there as well. It felt a little bit like that. Right, my number 1 is Down, Bury Me in Smoke from Nola. So Down are a superb band. Anyone who's been watching the channel know I love a bit of southern music. it's probably about the heaviest as you can get, you know, it borders on about the heaviest I would like Southern music to be. Obviously Phil Anselmo and guy from Crowbar, Corrosion Conformity, it's all those guys. I think it probably started off as a bit of a, you know, a super group sort of one-off album, I don't know, and what it turned into was a proper band, obviously. But Bury Me in Smoke, you know, it's weird, isn't it? Sometimes you get on albums, on good albums, you either get them closing with a bit of a poor track, it's one stuck on the end, or you get a fucking brilliant track. And Bury Me in Smoke, that chugging, I love watching I've watched it a few times, the Download, or Donington, whatever it was back then, Monsters of Rock, it might have been Download Festival, when they played this song, I can't remember what year it was, but it is absolutely brilliant. I remember Phil Anselmo getting the crowd going at the beginning, and he, about a minute and a half in, he stopped the song and said, like, you fuckers, you know, that ain't good enough, you know, you ain't going fucking mad enough, and started it all over again. Just fucking geezer's fucking mental, but brilliant. Loved that album, Down album. You know, there's lots of tracks I could have chose off it, but I think Bury Me in Smoke is a real fucking good track. What a closer. So that's it for 1995. Like I said, not a lot going on for me, but just a shout out again to say thanks for everyone who's subscribed to the channel. You know, 210 for me is like fucking birthday all in one. It's like fucking, it's fucking brilliant. And you know, hopefully I'll get some more, or get spotted by another artist and can bump them up a bit more, but I'm happy with what it is. It's absolutely superb. Love doing the videos. So right, cheers, thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed yet, press the red button bottom right hand corner. Cheers.